Hello students, today we are starting a new chapter of history, that is chapter number 6. The name of the chapter is Towns, Traders and Craftsmen. In this chapter we are going to know about how during the medieval period different types of towns developed. Okay, and how new kinds of traders and craftsmen emerged during that period. During the medieval period, agriculture, industry, trade, and commerce flourished under the patronages of kings. Therefore, a large number of new towns developed in different parts of India. Okay, so during the medieval period, under the patronages of king, various industries, agriculture, commerce, everything developed, and that is how, because of different profession, how different new kinds of towns developed during that period. Okay, large numbers, large villages often grew into towns. This development was a result of various political, economic policies, especially of the Turkish and Mughal rulers. Okay, so now we are going to read about the types of towns. Okay, so let us read about types of towns. The medieval towns were of different types depending upon the functions they performed. For example, court towns, temples towns, port towns, trading towns, etc. So, depending upon the functions and depending upon the professions of the people, the towns, different types of towns developed. Okay, but sometimes a town performed many functions, but in some cases, a towns the people of the towns did not perform one kind of activity, rather many functions. Okay, different kinds of function they used to perform. It could be an administrative center, a temple town, a center of commercial activities and craft production. For example, Hampi was the capital of Vijayanagar Empire. It was an important trading town. It was also famous for beautiful temples. Likewise, many medieval towns had combined functions. So there were towns which had combined functions. Those towns were court towns as well as temple towns. For example, Hampi, which was the capital of Vijayanagar, a capital town, was also called as court towns, and it was the trading center. Okay, so it was a trading town as well as various beautiful temples were also there, and that is why it was also a temple town. Okay, so many different kinds of activities were performed in Hampi. Okay, now we are first going to know about court or capital towns. Court or a capital town refer to a place where the king held his court. So, which are known as court or capital towns, where the king used to held their courts. They used to had their discussion. So that town is known as court towns, and those towns were famous for administrative functions. Okay, this place often developed into town. This was because royal attendants, nobles, soldiers, officials, scholars, entertainers settled in these towns to serve the ruler. So, court towns were the towns where king used to hold their court. Okay, and that is why those places were developed into town, because soldiers, administrators, attendants, entertainers, officials, all these kinds of people used to stay there to serve the king, and that's how those places turned into towns. Okay, their need created demand for various things, as various people from various sect of life used to stay there. Their need compelled them to develop the towns. Okay, their needs created demand for various things, and these attract various craft person traders. As the need increases of the people, that is how various crafts person also came to those towns, and various traders also started visiting those towns. Okay, various workshops were set up, and learning and cultural activities also flourished. As we know, how town developed, that is the thing that we need to know. When some people started living in a place, and their demand, due to their demand, many things also started developing. For example, learning centers, workshop, trader used to come, and various craft person also flourished during that period. All these factors contributed to the development of a court town, and that is how court town developed into a town. That is how a town is turned into a court town. It was also a administrative center. Example of such cities, and as these towns were court towns, that is why these towns were the administrative centers from where king used to rules. Okay, with the help of his official. Okay, example of such cities are Tanjavur, Madurai, then Delhi, Ajmer. All these are examples of court town. Okay, from the medieval period. Okay, let us focus on Tanjavur. It was the capital of Chola dynasty. Chola kings used to live there, and it was their capital. Kings held court in mandapas or pavilions and issued orders to their subordinates. So they used to hold court for, and they used to discuss various matters, various new rules and regulations, and they used to give orders to their subordinate in those courts. Okay, there were many barracks for the army. It was also a temple town. So Tanjavur was not only a court town but also a temple town, because various temples were also there. The famous Rajeshwara temple was built in Tanjavur by the king Raja Chola. So king, to show their power, they used to build various temples. Okay, and that is how various temples were also built in the court towns, and they attracted many priests, and also people used to visit those temples. So that is how those places were also turned into temple towns. Okay, temples was dedicated to Lord Shiva. Rajeshwara temple, which was made by Raja Chola, was dedicated to Lord Shiva, and that temple was built in Tanjavur. Okay, according to the inscription carved on the temple wall, the architect of the Rajeshwara temple was Kunjar Varmalla Raja Peruntacham Chachan. So it was the name of the architect. Okay, Tanjavur was also a commercial town. Tanjavur was a court town, and it was also a temple town, and it was also a commercial town, because various trading activities used to take place in Tanjavur. Okay, the town had many markets in which grains, spices, clothes, jewelry, etc. were bought and sold. Various groups of people in Tanjavur were involved in craft production. So that is how we got to know how a court towns developed into developed into a commercial town, a temple town. Okay, so we read about court town. Court towns were those towns where king used to held their court, and those places, due to the need of the people who used to stay there, various craftsmen, trader also, and learning centers also developed in those places. And with time, those court towns also turned into commercial towns and temple towns. Okay, now we are going to read about temple towns and pilgrimage centers. So there are some towns which were not court towns, but some temples were built on those places. Those places were famous for religious reasons. For example, Banaras. Okay, so that the town like Banaras are known as temple towns. Okay. So many towns in medieval India developed because of its temples. Where there are temples, automatically various trading activities started. Those places, various people you started living on those places, and that is how those places developed. And as those places were developed because of the temples, that is why those places were known as temple towns. As we have studied in the previous chapters, temples were important for the economy and society. We know temple plays a very important role for the development of economy as well as for the development of society. Okay, a large number of pilgrim flocked to these towns. Various pilgrims used to visit those places, those towns. Their needs created demand for many things. This gave employment to a large number of priests as various temples were developed, as the pilgrims started visiting those places. It increased the demand for the priest and garland makers, sculptors, shopkeepers, traders, workers, musicians, dancers, etc. Okay, so they settled in these places, and that is how those towns started developing. Okay, the ruler built temples to show their powers, wealth, and devotion to the deity. They granted temples adequate land and money to carry out elaborate rituals. So kings used to build the temples to show their power, and they used to grant land and adequate money to carry on with the religious activity. Okay, and pilgrims, especially nobles, those were who are wealthy merchant, wealthy people, also made huge donation on those temples. Okay, and temple authorities started to use their wealth to finance trade and banking, and those wealth which were gained by the temples authority, they started using those money for, or started the finance trade or banking. Okay, all these factors created great demand for many things and provided employment to many people. As the town developed, it provided employment and jobs to various people, and various activities also developed. And that was why towns grew around temple. Some of the famous temple towns included Mathura in Uttar Pradesh, Vilasvamin or Vidisha in Madhya Pradesh, Somnath in Gujarat, Tirupati in Andhra Pradesh, Kanchipuram and Madurai in Tamil Nadu. So these are name of the some famous temple towns which were developed during the medieval period. I hope you have understood how these towns developed. Okay. Moreover, various pilgrimage centers like Ajmer in Rajasthan, Kashi, Prayag, Vrindavan, Sarnath, Bodh Gaya, etc. slowly developed into towns. Ajmer was the capital of Chauhan king. In the Mughal period, it became the Suba headquarter. Ajmer was an excellent example of religious coexistence. So earlier it was during the Chola king. Ajmer was the capital of Chauhan kings. Sorry, and in during the Mughal period, it became Suba headquarters. So in Ajmer, we can find the intermixing or coexistence of different religion, or we can say two religion, especially of Hindu and Muslim communities. Okay, it has dargah of the great Sufi saint Khwaja Muinuddin Chisti, which attract devotees from various religious devotees from all the religious communities. A famous lake Pushkar is also near Ajmer. This has attracted pilgrims from ancient times. Likewise, the town Amritsar developed around the sixth shrine Harmandir Sahib. So that is how we got to know about how temple towns developed during the medieval period. So this much for today's video. We will continue with the chapter in our next video. Okay students, thank you.